I initially chose Robinson House Studio because of Mark's work. It's very inspiring. It's quite unique, and that was my initial interest into Robinson House. Secondly, I like the location in comparison to some of the other schools available. Most other schools are out in the middle of nowhere and in the sticks, and Robinson House is in New Haven, not necessarily where I choose to live, but very useful for the workshop. But it's next to Brighton, and that's very, very appealing to a younger person. I don't really know what I was expecting when I first turned up. I did a 1-week course before I decided to do the 1-year course, and that was purely because I wanted to visit the place, meet the people, see how things go in the workshop. It was a much smaller workshop than I expected it to be, but going on the field trips and the school trips generally here, I've realised that most workshops of this sort of scale are around a similar size. My most enjoyable day here at Robinson House Studio was the material science day. Mark got all of his materials out, all of his library of fantastic things to look at, and we really had a good day of just sitting around, going through each material, talking about it, and that was probably my favourite day at Robinson House Studio. The day trips, going off to see external like timber yards and all sorts of people. Mark knows a wealth of people within the industry, and it's just fantastic to go and visit all of them. Yeah, my favourite project was drinks cabinets. It wasn't necessarily something I thought I'd do at the beginning of the year, but I enjoyed playing around with cabriolet legs and doing all the shaping and trying to get them all exactly the same, and sort of something quite sort of therapeutical about the whole days and days out of sanding away to get the legs the exact same shape. I would recommend Robinson House Studio. My first bit of advice would be time management, get on top of things. I know very well what it's like to fall behind. You need to really just stay on top of everything. Another piece of advice would be make sure you get all your projects decided as soon as you start the next project. Think about the next one, get on top of it. Go talk to Mark, well in advance, show him designs, give him ideas, just stay on top of things.